This is exercise number 7 for chapter 10, and we're going to be dealing with the internal rate of return method. The first question is asking me determine the present value factor for an annuity. Again, an annuity is a series of equal payments of $1, which can be used to determine the internal rate of return. If required, round your answer to 3 decimal places. Well, it says that the internal rate of return method is used by Carlisle Construction Company in analyzing a capital expenditure proposal that involves an investment of $37,850 and annual net cash flows of $10,000 for each year, 6 years of its useful life. So we are going to be looking at the 6-year row. 6 years, and what was the rate we're supposed to use? So it doesn't give us the rate, so we need to try to figure out what that rate would be. That's what we're going to be using. So if we're going to be using that, we're going to make the calculation a few different times. I'm going to take my $37,000, correcting that, I'm going to take my $10,000 because that's the cash flows, and it's going to be for 6 years. Now I'm going to try to figure out which one of these factors is going to be the correct one. So I'm just going to pick one, and I can take this one. I already know the answer because I can just eyeball it, but in your case you may not be able to. So I'm going to take the 4.11. I'll take the 10,000 times 4.111, and that equals $41,110. Well, that's not going to equal that number. So we'll take the next one over, 3.785. Well, I already know that's going to be my correct answer because I can eyeball that number. Let's take the 10,000 times 3.785, and that of course equals $37,850. So that is definitely going to be the correct answer. So I'm going to put the 3.785. I'll select that as my answer. For that question. Next says using the factor determined in Part A and the present value of an annuity, determine the internal rate of return for this project. Well, let's go ahead and we'll make that calculation then. We can take the factor of the present value of $37,850. Our initial investment is $37,850, and that equals, if we divide that, 1. So that would be my number. Let's check my work. Oops. Sorry, that was an incorrect calculation. Actually, what they're looking for here is the percentage rate, which would be the 15%. So we'll plug 15% in there, and that would be the correct answer, like so.